What if I told you that the parts of yourself you try hardest to hide, the anger, the envy, the guilt, are the very things holding the key to your strength? Carl Jung had a word for this hidden side: the shadow. And until you face it, it will run your life in ways you don't even notice. Have you ever promised yourself to stay calm, only to explode in anger? Or set a goal, only to sabotage yourself again and again? That isn't a weakness. That's your shadow taking the wheel. And today I'll show you how to take it back. Why this matters. This is not a self-help pep talk. This is a crash course in one of the most powerful ideas in psychology. If you struggle with anxiety, guilt, depression, anger, or just feel stuck in the same emotional loops, this video is for you. Jung believed the purpose of life is individuation, to become your whole self. And that means confronting the parts you reject. It won't be comfortable, but on the other side of discomfort lies freedom. So pause when needed. Take notes, replay sections. Because this isn't just information, it's work. Work that can reshape how you understand yourself forever. What is the shadow? Imagine being a child. You throw a tantrum, your parents scold you, you show envy, they say it's ugly, you express selfishness, you're punished. So what happens? You learn fast. Hide it, push it down, lock it away. That's the birth of the shadow. It's every thought, feeling, and impulse you've rejected as unacceptable. You might think they disappear, but they don't. They stay alive inside, you shaping your reactions, your moods, and your choices. That unexplained anxiety, that sudden burst of rage, that guilt that never leaves. Those are your shadow parts breaking through. And here's the twist. The shadow isn't just bad. It also contains creativity, strength, and energy. But until you integrate it, it controls you from the dark. How the shadow controls you. Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." Think about that. How many times have you found yourself repeating the same mistakes in relationships? Or sabotaging your own success? It feels like fate. But it's not. It's your unconscious patterns at work. The shadow expresses itself in sudden anxiety. You can't explain, overreactions that surprise even you, chronic guilt or sadness, self-sabotage. Right when things are going well, these are not random. They're the shadow trying to be seen. The longer you ignore it, the stronger it becomes. The mask we wear, the persona. But why don't we notice it sooner? Because of the persona, the social mask you wear. Since childhood, you've learned to present a version of yourself that's polite, acceptable, respectable. That mask is useful. It helps you survive socially. But it comes at a cost. The more perfect the mask, the more shadow you hide behind it. That's why people who seem cheerful, flawless, or always positive often struggle with secret depression, anxiety, or explosive anger. The mask drains them while the shadow builds pressure underneath. Living behind the persona is like smiling for the world while drowning inside. How to recognize your shadow. The good news is, you can spot your shadow if you pay attention. Ask yourself, what do I hate most in others? What irrationally triggers me? What emotions do I feel ashamed of? What part of me do I hide just to fit in? Often, what you condemn in others is what you repress in yourself. For example, if you despise weakness in others, maybe you've buried your own vulnerability. If you judge success harshly, maybe you fear your own ambition. Dreams can also reveal the shadow, being chased, losing control, confronting dark figures. Even your body speaks. Chronic tension, unexplained fatigue, constant stress. These are signs of unacknowledged shadow energy. The confrontation. Here comes the hard part, confronting the shadow. It means admitting uncomfortable truths. Yes, I feel envy. Yes, I'm afraid of rejection. Yes, anger lives in me. Not to justify them, but to understand them. Because what you resist doesn't disappear. It grows. The process isn't linear. At first you deny, then you resist with shame or guilt. But if you persist, you reach acceptance, seeing these parts as natural pieces of your humanity. From there comes integration, where the shadow loses its destructive power and becomes strength. Jung warned, this isn't easy, it's lifelong work. But without it, the shadow runs the show. With it, you become whole. The archetypes that appear. As you confront the shadow, you'll meet Jung's archetypes, universal forces that shape the psyche. Anima, animus, the inner feminine in Einrau, men, the inner masculine in women. They appear in dreams and projections, guiding you toward balance. The self, the center of your psyche, pushing you toward wholeness. The trickster, the deceiver, showing up when you think you've made it, tempting you with pride or false progress. These archetypes are not enemies, they're teachers. They test you, challenge you, and help you grow. Why this work matters. Why face the shadow? Because without it, you'll always feel divided. With integration, you become more authentic. No more masks, just congruence. More resilient. Emotions no longer control you. Less reactive. You stop projecting your shadow onto others. More whole. You accept light and dark as part of yourself. This doesn't mean you never feel anger, fear, or envy again. It means they no longer destroy you. Instead, they guide you. Practical steps. So how do you start? Here are practices you can use daily. Self-dialogue. When a strong emotion hits, ask, what is this really showing me? Reflective writing. Write about moments when you felt triggered. Patterns will emerge. Dream journal. Note recurring symbols. They're messages from your unconscious. Mindfulness. Create space between impulse and reaction. Relationships as mirrors. Notice what triggers you in others. It's often your shadow. Set boundaries. Stop betraying yourself to please others. Check your persona. Ask, what part of myself am I hiding right now? Remember, this is lifelong work. The shadow adapts, but every time you bring a piece of it into light, you grow stronger. The one-way path. Once you've seen your shadow, you can't unsee it. You can't go back to the illusion that you're only light and good. That illusion shatters, and in its place, something better appears. Wholeness. You are not perfect. You are human. Light and dark, strength and weakness. And because of that, you are free. Jung wrote, the acceptance of the dark side of oneself strengthens the individual. And he was right. Facing your shadow doesn't destroy you. It rebuilds you. So here's your first step. Comment below. I am willing to face my shadow. Writing it down makes it real. And if this video resonated, don't stop here. Watch the next video on the channel. It will expand these ideas and give you even more tools for self-mastery. Because the shadow doesn't vanish, but you can become greater than it.